On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
We have about how unrealistic this mentality is. You prepare yourself every week to come back with the same mentality. Mentalities don't change. And see, I like to be hopeful. I like to say, you know what? I can look past that. But that goes into the topic and to the question. See, the thing is, if when men break up, only thing they say is what they been want to say. They been want to tell you that you can't do all this different stuff. And then they sacrifice. They sacrifice for the betterment of the kids. They sacrifice for the betterment of the relationships. They sacrifice for the betterment of everything. And then a woman don't even understand sacrifice. So guess what? That's why she easily able to move on. A man just identified a problem. Because if I was in a relationship with anybody and I would say, look, you know what? Hey, I'm fed up with this shit. This is what's wrong.
It's a relationship with the same old traumas and same old behaviors and getting the same results from women also. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
But the women are loud. But the women are louder about it. They're louder about the lack of good men out there. They're louder. You hear more women complaining there aren't good men out here for us. I'm out here looking for a good man. I can't find him. I consistently keep running into the same kind of guys. Well,
because a lot of women aren't changing their standards and they're out there tolerating the same bullshit over and over again and expecting different results.
Well,
but I wasn't denying.
Wait. I just want to stay with what Anton was saying because I think that's important, Lady T, honestly. Why, and you can answer, well, I don't know if you can answer from a man's perspective, but why is it that when women, because he brought up a very good point, when women leave relationships, I'll say 8 times out of they done already scoped out, and to his point, they're already in another relationship, which is why you'll break up with one dude, and then the next day, you're already out on a date with your guy, and by the second week, you're already moved in with the other dude. Why don't people, and I'm saying women specifically, why don't they take the time to sit their tail down, relax, relate, release, and reflect on what just happened in that previous relationship before they move on to the next relationship? And then if you want to pose the question back to the gentleman, I'm sure we can pontificate, but I'm asking you specifically to Anton's point, why don't women do that?
Listen, that's not my ministry, so I can't answer that question. And like if
Your ministry.
That's not my ministry. I'm not hopping from relationship to relationship or dating to dating, date to date. Like
do you know women that do, or do you have people in your cipher that does?
For the most part, I mean, I know women that do. Yeah, I absolutely do know women that do. But there used to be a saying like you get over one dude by getting under the next. That's their thought process. Again, that's not mine. I'm not judging nobody else, but that's that. And my point wasn't necessarily to say that wasn't necessarily to compare and contrast the two, but if we're gonna sit here and hold women accountable, let's hold guys accountable too, because there's a level of codependency there that's literally breaking all of us down together, and we need each other. So like if one set of people are bad, so if one gender is bad, so are the others. Like we're not showing up for each other the way we should because we're not taking time with ourselves. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard this. I've been on this show. This is April, so almost a year in that court, right? Almost a year. We in May
over
now.
A year. It's been over a year.
Over a year. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something. I hear that all the time. Listen, hear me out. Men are held accountable all the time. There's no place that a man can go in society where he is not held accountable for every single thing that he does. And you know what men learn? Nobody cares. Get over it. Push on. Get through it. Fuck your feelings. Right?
Yep. And they
big facts on the fuck your feelings.
All facts, Rilla.
Men's feelings.
You ain't told a lie yet, Rilla.
Hey, gentlemen, please hear me out. I've been on this panel for a minute, right? And I'm telling you, it is rare for us to get something where we can have a conversation around the women, and it's not men beating up on y'all. Trust me, Men know what it's like to be beat up on. We know what it's like. Nobody is eager to dole that out. You may not like the way that the message comes through a lot of time. It, like, the truth of the matter is, when we ask, men are assertive and direct, and when we ask direct questions, damn it, we want to answer. I get the shit all the time on this panel.
Yes, sir.
I get it all the time. Really, you ain't answer the question. Really, it was a yes or no. Answer the question, then you can add context, right? So when we talking about women, it's not ain't nobody trying to beat up on women, man. We love y'all. We are trying to get there together, but damn it, when we talk about women, man, let's keep the shit on women. And then if y'all want to circle back and say, well, okay, we answered that, boom. How about, or however, or what about, if you want to do the what about isms after you answer the question around women, then cool. But man, because I remember, anyway, we gotta be able to have the conversation. We cannot have it honestly if every time women are able to ask men questions and we have to answer, and men can ask each other questions and men hold each other accountable. But then when it comes time for men to hold women accountable, we can't get a direct answer. We can't get anywhere as a people or a community or a neighborhood or anything else. We can't get there. Y'all gotta answer these damn questions, fam.
And look, I'm gonna just add on to this too, to the topics. See, y'all women ain't used to sacrificing nothing at all. Y'all can't spare sacrifice. So when you look at it, that's why you easily get triggered by any type of facts, because your life been caught up where you haven't sacrificed nothing. Everything been given to you, everything been catered to you. You can never go homeless. You know what I'm saying? You have so many, but guess what? And now you're living in this unrealistic world. And no matter how many conversations we have about how unrealistic this mentality is, you prepare yourself every week to come back with the same mentality. Mentalities don't change. And see, I like to be hopeful. I like to say, you know what? I can look past that. But that goes into the topic and to the question. See, the thing is, when men break up, only thing they say is what they been want to say. They been want to tell you that you can't do all this different stuff. And then they sacrifice. They sacrifice for the betterment of the kids. They sacrifice for the betterment of the relationships. They sacrifice for the betterment of everything. And then a woman don't even understand sacrifice. So guess what? That's why she easily able to move on. A man just identified a problem. Because if I was in a relationship with anybody and I would say, look, you know what? Hey, I'm fed up with this shit. This is what's wrong.